Hello and welcome to my channel. If you like the video, please be sure and like it and subscribe to my channel. At the same time, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section below. So thank you for joining me today. Usually I'm talking about planners and anything paper, and today we're going to be doing the same thing. While not planners, we're going to be talking about the Levenger 3x5 calendar cards. In this case, what you're seeing here is the weekly cards. We're also going to be talking about the big stack of daily cards. So with that in mind, let me show you what they are. So I have both the calendar cards for the weekly layout as well as the daily layout. And I've got to say I've been using these since 2015. So this is going on 7. I actually bought 2023, so it'll be 8 years. And as long as they make them, I will be using them because I'm a big believer in them. So let's talk about what they are. So for the calendar cards, for the daily cards, you get 365 cards, and the layout is on a vertical index card, which is much thicker than your typical index card that you buy at the store. The other thing, notice it's vertical, not horizontal. To me, that is a key feature, because when I write notes, I like to go top to bottom as opposed to left to right. So the typical horizontal index card forces you to go left to right, is where the more space is. That's why I like the fact that these are laid out in a vertical mode. So on the first side, what they have is the month and the day and the date. Very helpful with this. You have lines here, and you can use those for a variety of things. Some people use them for to-do items. Some people use them for notes. If you're out about in a meeting and you don't have a notepad, you can jot your notes down on here. I personally like these because I carry them in my shirt pocket. They're only 3x5, so they fit well in a pocket in a shirt or in your pants. I have them with me most times, but I do like to use this side for to-do items. So generally speaking, I use to-do items here. And this is more for on the run. I do have my main planner will have a lot of to-do items for that day laid out. However, sometimes you're in the car, you're in a meeting, you're on a phone, you got to throw something out, something comes up, and you have a to-do item that pops into your life that you have to get done that day. You want to write it down right away before you lose it. Put it on the sheet here. Flipping it over, you see, and this is the same for every day. And that's critical, every day, regardless whether it's a weekday or a weekend. A lot of the planner pages, you'll see on weekends, they cut it short. So you may have a full layout for Monday through Friday, but then on a weekend, they shorten it. I don't know about you, but my weekends are just as busy, if not busier, than my weekdays. So I like to have a lot of space for weekend days as well as the weekday days. So that's how it's laid out on these Levenger cards. You have starting at 6 a.m. all the way to 6 p.m. And you'll notice here that generally in the beginning of the morning, you have maybe 2 slots for 7:30, in this case 7 o'clock, 7:30. And then as the day opens up, you have 4 slots. So you have 9, and then 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. It goes all the way, and then again, and when it hits 5 o'clock, there are 2 slots and 6 and so forth. So it's a great way to kind of manage your day. Again, this is the Levenger daily card. It has the notes section on one side and the day layout, if you will, on the other side. Now, for those of you that do daily planning, this may be perfect and all you need. What I like to do, though, is combine the daily cards with the weekly cards. And when I say weekly, it's weekly and monthly. So let me show you what those look like. I'll push that aside. So with the monthly and weekly cards, first of all, you get a card for the month. This happens to be the upcoming December. Not a lot of space in the blocks, but enough space to make it useful. Benefit here is you'll notice, and you'll see this on a weekly card as well, the week starts on a Monday. I get frustrated when a lot of these planner companies, Franklin Covey included, they have a monthly layout that starts on a Sunday and then a weekly on a Monday. For me, my week starts on a Monday regardless if it's a month or a week, so I like to have the month start and the week start on a Monday. And if you can't have that, at least be consistent. Not only is Levenger consistent, they start on a Monday. So this is the monthly card. One disadvantage, though, you do see that the Saturday and Sunday is pretty small. So I find myself using codes often rather than writing out what the item is. I maybe a numeric code. On the back here, you have the current month and the next month. Then you have an area for notes, and this could be highlights. It could be something like you're keeping a daily record or a monthly record of events. You may want to note that here, or it may just be upcoming things that have to be done. You know, perhaps you pay your phone bill on the 15th of the month. You want to mark that there so when you pay the bill, you can check it off. Or maybe it's a gas bill. Maybe it's a birthday. There's a lot of things that you could put here that you can check off. So it's nice that they have, again, vertical mode, monthly calendar. Now the monthly calendar comes with the weekly packet. And a weekly packet looks like this. And notice again, Monday start. Now in this case, they have Monday through Friday, and you'll see that there's 4 lines, plus some additional space. Plenty of space to note what you have to do that day in terms of meetings. You couldn't break it down half and half and to do items on one side and the calendar on the other. I typically don't. I typically use this at more of a high level. So on a Sunday night when I plan my week out, I'll go through my weekly meetings, lay those out here. On the next side, you have the Saturday and Sunday, and you'll see that Saturday and Sunday has just as much space as Monday through Friday, which is nice because, again, weekends are pretty busy. You also have here a to-do item area. So if you have specific tasks that are due for that week, and this is great because when I'm using the daily pages, sometimes there's something that I have to do that week, but not on a specific day. And rather than writing it on a Monday and not doing it, moving to Tuesday, moving to a Wednesday, I would like to put it almost like a parking lot. I can park it on here. So let's say I want to order a cake for my upcoming son's birthday. Birthday's a couple weeks away. I have plenty of time, but I want to order it this week. I don't have to put it on a Monday and maybe do it, maybe not, and move it to Tuesday, maybe move it to a Wednesday. I put it here. And then throughout the week, as I'm going through here, I'm looking at oh yeah, I got to make that reservation for the cake. So that's great. So these are the weekly cards. In addition to the weekly cards, when you buy the weekly pack, you do get some other cards with it. You get, this happened to be the 2022 pack. So you got 2021 calendar with note pages on the back. The current year, which is 2022, with pages on the back, notes, lines on the back. Also 2023. And 24, again with in some case, I thought there were lines on the back. No, it's not actually. Just blank spaces on the back on those two. And then something that's very helpful too is the birthdays and anniversaries. Any upcoming days that are specific to a date in the future. This could be a birth date. It could be an anniversary. It could be a special holiday. I use it for vacation. My wife and I are going on a cruise in a couple months, so I'll put that down ahead so I can look at that and see. And then you have these broken down 4 months per page. So you got January through April, and then May to August, September through December. And on the back of these, you have lines so you can keep notes or write notes, whatever you need to. So very helpful on this. And realistically, if you're only doing birthdays and anniversaries that don't change from year to year, you can make one of these and use them over and over every year. I don't, again, because I put maybe vacation time, highlights that are upcoming for the year, typically trips that we're making, or graduation dates, weddings, something like that I'll throw on here that really are only good for that specific year. But these cards, as well as the annual calendar, they come with the weekly packet. Now I do use what Levenger calls the pocket briefcase, and we'll talk about that in another video, but I also wanted to show you some of the other cards I use to go with this. Now for these calendar cards, you don't need any other cards. If all you want to do is keep track of your calendar, maybe some to-do items, it works fine. I have some other cards that I use. For more detailed action items and to-do items, there is a to-do card, and it's the same on both sides. What I like about it, again, it's vertical mode. Very thick, and it holds ink pen very well, very durable. The challenge with this, frankly, is it's too many items for one day, or too many spaces for one day. I don't have that many items to do in a day. So if I'm going to do this, I may start off on a day and then just continue. I prefer, though, to do my to-do items actually on the day card here. But this is something you could do. And if you're into GTD, You could use this as your at action next steps. So this could be, when you're at your computer, at email, at the office, at phone call, so forth. Works very well. I use these a lot. I also have some other cards that are in the Levenger index card family. So we've got the regular white lined paper, lined cards, and it's lined on both sides. And then I also have I have the color packet, and I try to do this to organize based on either project or something subject specific. I have the green, blue, and the yellow, and more of a I'm not sure what you call that. It's kind of I'm not sure call it, but anyhow, it's a different color, and you can do that to keep them separate if you want, or just mix them all together. But I do use these cards for different projects. They fit very well in my pocket briefcase. And finally, I do use the graph cards. Difference really between graph cards and paper lines is more personal preference for taking notes. So if I'm at a meeting or at a presentation, some kind of event where I don't have my notepad with me or notebook with me, I'll take notes on this. I don't typically take notes on this. The reason for that, this is usually temporary. I do file these away, but I don't really go back to them for archival purposes. So what I'll typically do is have a couple of these with me. I'll take the notes on this card. When I get back to the office, I then transfer to my regular notepad that has my daily record events, or I can just hole punch this, stick it in my binder, and it's good to go. So again, what we've talked about is the weekly cards from Levenger as well as the daily cards. Hope you find this helpful. If you got any questions or comments, like I said, mention those below. And if you like what you see, hit the like button. Please subscribe. So this is Organizer Steve, and until we talk again, have a great day. Bye now.